that masking tinnitus is absolutely the only way to cope. But what if it's wrong, and if it's not the only way, and what if it's not even the best way to cope with your tinnitus? Welcome. Hello and welcome back, guys, to my channel. My name is Tinnitus Coach Frieder, the guy who was born deaf in his left ear and has a hearing aid and a severe high-pitched tinnitus on his remaining right ear for the last 16 years. This week it is Tinnitus Week 2025. And therefore I have thought about a topic that is very, very important for me. And we want to talk about the number one myth that is still holding many, many people back in their tinnitus journey. And it might be one of the biggest myths that I think are out there, because a lot of people make a lot of money from this myth, unfortunately. And today we're going to be talking about that myth. And the myth is that masking tinnitus is absolutely the only way to cope. But what if it's wrong, and if it's not the only way, and what if it's not even the best way to cope with your tinnitus? Welcome. Yeah, as I said already, I'm Frieder. I'm a tinnitus coach. I was born deaf on my left ear. My mom had an infection during her pregnancy. My right ear was always fine. I used to go clubbing a little bit too much in my teenage years. And then with 19, I started having hearing loss and a faint tinnitus. About 14 years ago, I started wearing a hearing aid, and about 10 years ago, my tinnitus got significantly worse. And I now wear a closed otoplastic and have even more hearing loss. And for 6 years now, I've founded my online tinnitus coaching program, where I do one-on-one coachings and help people habituate, meaning to go from bothersome to non-bothersome tinnitus, using science-based principles such as acceptance and commitment therapy. And you can see for yourself, if you click in the link in the descriptions below, you'll see tons of reviews of how much people I've been able to help already. But today we want to be talking about the most prominent misconception out there, that masking your tinnitus and avoiding your tinnitus at all costs is the best and most potent option to deal with your tinnitus. And I strongly disagree. And I want to share this with you because I believe that masking the tinnitus, in fact, is the only way to go to habituation, because it helps you to, not always be focused on and not always be super upset about your tinnitus. That is important, but not true. Sound therapy or masking can help at the start, but relying on it can actually prevent your brain from learning to ignore tinnitus naturally. And this is why so many people feel stuck. They're using the masking the whole way around, from morning to evening, but when the masking is off, then immediately the thoughts and reactions, the physiological feelings, right? You think about your tinnitus, then you feel a certain way about your tinnitus, and that manifests in your body, and then your brain says, oh, I'm feeling this way because of my tinnitus, therefore my tinnitus must be very bad. So when masking, the only thing it does is to actually help you avoid the feelings and emotions. As long as you're masking, you're not exposed to them, then you're always finding yourself in this vicious cycle that will potentially never end. And you could be continuously masking for the rest of your life, but whenever the masking sound is off, you still need some background sound or something like that. So, and many people, they just feel hopeless because the ENT or audiologists say, well, there's absolutely nothing we can do for you apart from masking and selling you very expensive hearing aids. And that's the only way we can actually help you deal with your tinnitus. And of course, that leaves you absolutely frustrated, because if someone tells you there's no way out but to only mask your tinnitus and, always have to listen to more sound, which actually makes it more difficult to concentrate, for example, on conversation with your loved ones or friends or at work, that's really not an option, right? So therefore, what I want to share with you guys today, and I have to look a little bit at my notes here today, and I'm sorry if I'm looking over there because that's where my notes are. Because I love to make videos, but I'm not always good at remembering the whole script. So I'm looking a little bit on my notes as well, and I'm going to share a 3-step process with you guys today to train your brain towards habituation, meaning that your brain can learn to understand that even without the masking, the presence of tinnitus is not something dangerous, so it doesn't have to react with fight or flight constantly, but it can learn to tune tinnitus out and have it disappear in the background. I know that many of you say this is not true, but it is absolutely true. Think about how many times during the day you're actually not focused on your tinnitus. Yes, there are times in which you are focused on your tinnitus, but there is a lot of times where you're not focused on your tinnitus. So here's the 3-step process, right? The first one is stop reacting with fear. The more you fear tinnitus, the more your brain tunes into it. You must break that cycle. Very important. And inside my tinnitus.club or online tinnitus community or in my one-on-one coaching program, that's the one and most important thing that I teach people. You must break that fear cycle. Second, gradual exposure. Instead of always masking your tinnitus, allow yourself moments of silence and be there with your tinnitus, because nothing can happen to you. It's a benign body symptom that happens in 20 to 30% of the population. There are more people who are habituated and who have non-bothersome tinnitus than there are people with bothersome tinnitus. So you have nothing to fear from your tinnitus. And the third one is a mindset shift. And only if you manage to do all 3 of them, right, when you go from being absolutely severe tinnitus to being peaceful with it, using cognitive behavior therapy and acceptance and commitment therapy, which are 2 science-based tools. You can Google those. Acceptance and commitment therapy for tinnitus is one of the most effective things. It builds on cognitive behavior therapy, and it's everything that my one-on-one coaching program and my tinnitus.club community is founded upon. And these methods teach you how to intercept this cycle of thoughts that influence emotions in your body, and these emotions are interpreted from your brain as, oh, this is my tinnitus. My tinnitus must be very dangerous, and therefore I need to do something about it, and I need to somehow get rid of it. So only if you are able to stop reacting with fear, gradually exposing yourself to your tinnitus. I'm not saying you have to do it all at once, but gradually exposing yourself to your tinnitus, and then making this mindset shift. And only if you combine these 3 and a few other elements like value-based living and a few more that we share inside the club. This month, for example, we do finding joy. We have a buddy system, so that helps you and your brain use the neuroplastic features. We also have neuroplasticity to understand better what neuroplasticity is and how you can use it for your habituation process inside our club. And you know, it's really, really, really important that all of this is possible and you can achieve these 3 steps. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. So I have a lot of videos here on YouTube. There are playlists where I tell you one-on-one what you need to be doing in order to start to get there. If you ever want to dive into more, then of course you can go to my coaching or to our online Tinnitus Club community. The links are all below. But there are a lot of resources for you to check out here, even on my YouTube channel, on my podcast, for you to check out whether this is the right program for you. But I can tell you, masking is not the only option, and you can break free from tinnitus and live an absolutely normal life. I'm doing so with one deaf ear, very loud tinnitus and my hearing aids, and I've helped over 500 people habituate to their tinnitus, and I see those results every single day. We get success stories every single day in the club, and these success stories reinforce the success that other members have in the club. So I'm always talking about all these, most online communities are doom and gloom. Our tinnitus community is exactly the opposite, because people lift each other up, and when someone has a difficulty, at least one person or me as a coach, I have some tip for guidance for you to break free from that barrier that you're experiencing. There's so many people, like for example, people who say in the club they couldn't sleep and it was a big difficulty sleeping. We have a special space for tinnitus and sleep. And being on the platform 8 weeks later saying like, hey, my sleep has improved drastically, it's amazing. So yeah, what can I say? You can try it out, mytinnitus.club, link is in the resources below, 7-day free trial for all of you guys. I want to give this to everyone because I know how difficult and hard it is, and I don't believe in simply masking your tinnitus for the rest of your days and running away from it. You don't need to fear anything from it. You can retrain your brain to completely respond neutral to tinnitus, so that it learns that it has nothing to fear in terms of reduction of quality of life, and that you can live a happy and healthy life despite your tinnitus. So I want to help you habituate, and here's how you can do that. I have a free 4-day email course. It's also in the description below, or you go to tinnitus-course.com. You subscribe to my channel because you get weekly updates helping you to understand acceptance and commitment therapy better and how to not react to your tinnitus. And the third one, if you really are committed to starting right now, then join my Tinnitus Club for a free 7-day trial. Join us for a weekly group coaching sessions in which you will start to meet all the other lovely members inside our club. And that is something that is possible and available for every single one of you. I know it's what it's like to feel lost. I was there myself. I completely understand what you're going through, but tinnitus does not have to control you at all. There's a reason for why I've been working with 500 plus people, and I can honestly say this to you, it has worked for so many people and it will work for you too. So you have the power to change your tinnitus, your response to tinnitus. So you can start today.
I've had tinnitus since I was 15, and I was always extremely afraid to talk to other people who had tinnitus. And because I was always afraid that they would draw me down, or then I realized that it's absolutely not what I thought. No one is drawing anyone down. We are really supporting each other. And for me, it's really helpful to see other people to cope with it that good. Since I joined this club 12 months ago, I've improved so much. I really feel like I'm nearly at the point where I don't care anymore that I have tinnitus. And Frida, you're so extremely positive. You are so positive about our journeys, and you're authentic, and you have a kind heart. And we really benefit from all your knowledge and all your wisdom. We benefit from it so much. And I love how uncompromising you are, and you're just like, yes, I don't know. It just really helped me a lot to be here.
You know, the only thing I want to encourage, even if you don't purchase anything, perfectly fine, hit subscribe, check out the links below, and I'll see you in the next video, because I truly believe that masking tinnitus is not the only answer to your problem, and you deserve to be happy and peaceful despite the presence of your tinnitus. And my name is Tinnitus Coach Frida. I'm super happy that you're here from my heart in Berlin. Much love goes out to you wherever you checking this video out from, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.